Okay guys, we're going to be working with slope a lot here, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, well, by the way, 3 problems. Here's the first. Write the function in slope-intercept form. Okay, you guys know this to be y equals mx plus b, right? Slope, y-intercept form. Okay, so that's our end goal. So if you notice, y is isolated, so let's go and try and isolate it here. Okay, we're going to subtract the 6x. And let's see what the math leaves us. 8y equals, okay, I just went ahead and switched this, put it up here in the front, okay, and then finally I'm going to go ahead and do what? Divide by 8. So we can isolate that y, and we have y equals negative 6x over 8 minus 30 over 8. And write the slope and intercept form. Okay, the one thing that's missing here is to graph it. So let's go ahead and review that. Alright, that should be pretty simple. Let's go ahead and go home. We're going to graph. Okay, and what are we putting in here? Minus 6 eighths x. Okay. Whoops. I'll put in parentheses here. Okay. And I think it's minus 38ths. I'll check right now. Minus 38ths. Okay, then I'll hit enter. Okay, so there it is. I find the match if it's a multiple choice test. And there we go. Okay, let's go and move on. Alright, find the slope of the line that passes through the point. Okay, what you guys remember is that slope is represented with m, and that, among other things, right, the slope is rise over run. In particular, you guys have been given this formula in the past: y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So what this means is you have 2 points. Okay, so we'll call this point 1. So this will be x1, y1, and this one will be x2, y2. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is just substitute. Y2 will be 4 minus y1, which is 5, over x2, which is 7, minus x1, which is 3. So here we get left with negative 1 over 4, and this is my slope. Okay, so it says find the slope, and there it is. Okay. Alright, next. Third problem. In slope-intercept form, write the equation of the line that contains the points in the table. Okay, so again, slope-intercept form. Okay, hopefully you recognize it. We just talked about it as y equals mx plus b. So you need an m and a b. Now your b is your y-intercept. Okay. So if it is your y-intercept, okay, you know that x has to be 0 and y is some number. Okay. In particular, that number is b. Okay. So if you're given data just like this, this makes your job easier, because if x has to be 0, look at the data given. Here's 0. This forces y to be b. In this case, b is 2. Okay, so that's how you would use this data. Okay, So that, since we need this form, we're done, right? As far as the y-intercept, let's talk about the slope, right? If you need the slope and you've got this data, we just talked about what to do, and you can use the same formula as the last exercise, where m, which is what you need, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so what I can go ahead and do is, although I have a lot of data, you can just settle on any 2 points, right? This is a point and here's a point. So I'm just going to pick these first 2, okay? So then this would mean this is my x1, y1, this is my x2, y2. So let's go ahead and plug in, right? y2 is 2 minus y1, which is, careful, negative 1, okay? So negative 1. Now put it in parentheses so I don't get all mixed up there in my work. I need an x2, which is 0, minus an x1, which is negative 5. And again, in parentheses. Most of you guys know that a minus and negative makes it a plus, so that's 2 plus 1 is 3. Over 0 minus negative makes it a plus, so then that gives me 5. So there's my m. Okay, so the finishing touch would be then to write y equals m, right, which is this number here, 3/5, x plus, right, I need b, and I already have it, right, it's 2. Thanks for your time, guys.